please, Ame, make yourself at home.
Yeah.
Okay? Get comfortable.
I may have.
Don't be shy. Welcome to our show.
Welcome back to the show.
Hi.
I guess you're the guest today.
Oh, thank you for having me. All right,
Okay,
man.
so we would like to first of all welcome everybody to the show. It actually has been a while since we actually recorded our podcast because Ame was traveling to Korea for quite some time.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Whoa.
I might be wrong.
And
That's correct.
I was just traveling back to my room and back to work day in, day out.
That sucks.
It's a bit different. Today is going to be very, very different. As you guys can see, today me and Amir are situated on the right side of the set itself, and the someone else is actually on the left hand side.
Who is it? Who's on the
Who is it, man?
Who's it?
I mean, you went to Korea. Did you bring back some people
Hey,
from Korea?
man. Custom stopped me right away. No humans allowed, sir. I'm like, damn.
So today is going to be very, very different. Like we have promised everybody here that have been watching for the past 4 months.
Correct.
That we eventually
Long.
will evolve this podcast into having a guest.
We have our first guest.
We actually have our first guest,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah.
So to introduce you guys to our first guest, she is a person that I've actually known for the past at least 15 years of my life.
12 lah.
Or 12 years of my life.
yeah. 12.
Okay,
Man.
facts a bit wrong, yeah.
We don't care about facts in
check,
this show.
please, fact check.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
care
so
about
12
facts in
years
this
of my
show.
life. She is also a person that I would say is my sister-in-law.
Soon to be.
That was a quick
Soon to be.
introduction.
Soon to be
That
sister-in-law.
escalated so
Soon
quickly.
to be sister-in-law because recently my brother have put on a ring on her finger, which we may not dive into at all.
Right.
Actually,
I don't know why I'm here in the first place.
We shall save that for the next
Relationship
Yeah.
has
episode.
nothing to do with me.
And a person that actually have done so much in her life. She has grown a few different businesses. Whoever that's Indian here especially knows that hyperpigmented cosmetic products is actually produced by this lady. Even though she is not Indian.
We're all Indian.
We're all Indian if you think
By
about
heart.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has also grown a few different type of businesses as well. She's also running one of the strongest agency
In the world?
in the world.
No.
One of the strongest content agency in Malaysia.
Yeah, man.
Even though it still is known as a startup agency, but at the same time also it is growing faster than any other agencies here in Malaysia. Leo
Wow.
Bernard,
Wow. Wow.
who cares about you?
Wow. This is marketing at its best. It's only been 2 minutes.
We've got a first guest itself.
Yeah.
Her name is Yuri Hard.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast.
welcome to the podcast.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so honored that I'm the first guest.
Oh, yeah. We are also
Korean,
very
remember?
honored for you to be the first guest in our show.
Yes, it's so lovely to meet you guys, although I see you every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, at home, at work.
Okay,
Yes.
can you introduce yourself in Korean?
Yes, of course.
that
안녕하세요. 하유리입니다.
Welcome.
Is that it? I thought you were going to go longer.
yeah.
Is there something else you want to say in Korean?
Hi semua.
Ooh.
So I am a Korean that have resided in Malaysia for the past 25 years. Yeah, we practically grew up here. So I have a long history as a Korean in Malaysia. And Ricky and I go way back 12 years.
Yeah.
Because
I was also in Korea.
I
And then we moved to Malaysia actually.
that is not true. I met his cousin on Tinder.
Yeah, I was dancing with you 12 years ago here. Bro, what the heck you talking about, man?
Okay, alright.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that 12 years later we're together here on this couch.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
excited for you
Hey,
guys.
man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah. And this is the end of
The end of the
episode 17.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the podcast.
It's been a great time.
It's the Ari
Actually-
Show. ARY.
So first of all, the fact that you are the first guest in the show,
Yeah.
like even though you may feel that you are the guinea pig, right?
Yeah, I feel like a lab rat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Please
Which you
don't.
are.
Which I am.
No, you're not
Very
actually.
well
Yeah,
aware.
yeah.
I mean, any podcast like they have to start with someone, right? I think,
And I was
also-
the lowest hanging fruit, of course.
No,
No,
it's
of
not,
course
it's
not.
actually. Of course not.
We couldn't get Stino Haliza. So
Yeah, so we just settled
hey, man.
a Korean lady. From
Yeah.
So every single person, right, whenever like they lose their virginity, right, we're talking about that.
What?
Like they will not forget the first person that she had sex with.
Sure.
Right, right. Like it's the same thing as this as well in the podcast itself. Like this is like kind of like losing our virginity.
Dude, can't you like compare it to use like an analogy like buying your first car?
Yeah, I could, that could be a bit better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought this could be more memorable. So even though you may feel that you are actually the first guest, or you may feel that you are the guinea pig, but you're actually not. Like this would actually be something that is memorable for us because you're the first ever guest that we actually brought in. Into
Wow,
this
I love
podcast.
how you justified that for the past 30 seconds.
I'd like to introduce to you the
I
biggest scam
genuinely don't
artist.
feel like a
You
guinea
don't feel
pig
like it?
anymore.
Oh shit, man.
The biggest scam artist in Damansara Perdana area, Mr. Shiranjit.
So in conjunction with the fact that Amir just went to Korea,
Yeah.
and Yuri is a Korean.
From Korea.
Yeah, from Korea as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Even though she's been living here for the past, I would say, 15 to 20 years of your life?
25 years.
25 years of your life. We have a lot in common, especially when it comes to talking about Korea itself, because both of you guys have actually had experience being in the land itself.
I've been there 10 days. She's been there like probably 10 years.
Why did you come to Malaysia, by the way?
That's a
Is
good
that
question.
reason?
So my dad was at the time working in an engineering company, and they had a project that was happening in Terengganu.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
okay.
in fact, our first touch point with Malaysia was in Terengganu, in Kemaman. So we were there for 2 years.
Right.
And my mom decided when she visited Terengganu, she was like, I love this place. The weather is so favorable. She loved the fact that it was warm and summery all year round. She loved how laid back and relaxed the culture was.
Yeah.
And she literally was like, hey, why don't we just bring the kids over? Why don't we just move to Malaysia?
Also, it was just your dad and your mom.
It was just my dad.
Okay.
Oh, right.
And then my mom visited, and then she
Okay.
was like, I love this country. I love this place. Why don't we
Right.
bring the kids over?
Yeah.
And my dad was like, no, this is too complicated. Like, you
Yeah.
have to move the whole family over. But despite what my dad said, she went ahead and brought us over anyways. So yeah, our first touch point was Terengganu. And then when my brother and I grew a bit older, we had to go to school.
Okay.
So of course, there were no schools at the time that accommodated to international kids.
in
in
Terengganu.
Kemaman.
Oh, Kemaman.
So we had to move to a bigger city, hence we came to KL.
Right.
Okay. But how long were you living in Terengganu for before you?
I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we
Okay.
moved here.
How old were you when
5.
you... Damn. Okay. I thought she lived in Korea a lot longer.
No, yeah. In fact, I
Oh,
never
right.
schooled in Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only gone to I think it was kindergarten, yeah.
Right.
And then when I came to Malaysia, it was time for us to enter year 1,
Yeah.
and we had to go to a school that
Right.
7 years old
accepted.
is when you start actually
School.
getting
Correct.
into like school,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Like when you're 6, you're like in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garden.
Kindergarten.
Garden, yeah. Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our trash content.
Yes, I've been paying attention.
Yeah. About to ask how schooling there is like.
It's
But
really
you
like-
guys
No,
no
never
idea.
schooled there. Yeah.
But which school do you go to in KL?
It's a funny story. My mom wanted to play a bit of an experiment between my brother and I.
Yeah.
So she decided my brother goes to an international school.
oh. that's
So he was enrolled into ELC.
Okay.
But then she decided, okay, with my daughter, I'm going to put her into a local school. So then
Right.
she put me into a local private
Wait, was that
schooling
actually
system.
an experiment or like they?
No, she legit wanted to experiment.
Oh, for
She was like,
real?
one, I'm gonna make him speak English. The other one, I'm gonna make sure she speaks BM. Yeah.
wow.
So I went through the local schooling system. He went through the international schooling
Right.
system.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does that mean you boleh bercakap dalam bahasa
Boleh,
Melayu?
boleh. 25 tahun dah.
Boleh cakap bahasa Melayu. Saya pun tak tahu. 12 tahun dengan dia, I pun tak tahu dia boleh cakap bahasa Melayu.
You lie. Don't lie.
Oh, okay. But how often do you go back to Korea?
We try at least once a year. Sometimes twice a year.
Are all your family members here, or like, are they still half of them there? Or?
Most of my family members are in Korea.
Oh, right. No, because I thought like probably your parents and your siblings would like stay here after your dad's finished
Project?
work. Yeah, of this
Right.
project.
My
but-
dad continued to work in different countries for the different projects that came after.
okay.
But then we ended up staying here.
Okay, okay.
I think both my brother and I very easily call Malaysia home because this
Right.
is where we spent most of our
Yeah, for
childhood.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, when you go back to Korea, do they ever like Yeah, they wouldn't know that she's like in Malaysia, right? Like,
I mean, they
would
know.
they treat you differently?
No,
or-
they know. They
They
know.
know?
Yeah. So
Wait, like your family members or like the locals?
the locals. So when you go out, just by the way you speak, the way you look, the way you do your hair,
Yeah.
it's just
Accent
very
and
different.
shit,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But just by the way you dress, they can tell that you're not from there.
But even when you're the way you're speaking, because when you speak here in Korea, in Malaysia, when you speak Korean, you do
Man.
sound completely Korean.
Yeah, to
But
us,
is that
to
an
our-
accent different when you're actually speaking in Korea?
I think so, yeah. Even
Yeah.
sometimes when I hear my own self speaking Korean in recordings,
Yeah.
I sound very different. I sound like you know those kids that like there's a term that's used in Korea for kids
Okay.
that moved out of Korea early into the
Yeah.
States
Yeah.
and then they come back. There's a term for it, I cannot remember.
Oh.
But those people have the same accent when they speak Korean.
Okay, okay.
Like that
okay.
rapper. What's her name again?
Cardi B.
Jessie.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. She kind of has an accent every time she's on a show. This is Korean rapper, but she's based on in the States. If I'm not,
I
or
think she grew up in the States, yeah.
Yeah. So when she's on talk shows in Korea
Mm-hmm.
with like super Korean people,
Yeah.
it sounds a little bit different.
Oh, for real.
Yeah,
compared to
it's a
normal
bit
people.
off. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I kind of get it now.
Yeah. So they know immediately, like, this one probably grew up outside and came back.
Right. I mean, do they treat you like badly or
No.
it's just a bit different? They're just
I suppose they feel the difference when they speak to you because, I mean, for one, my Korean isn't the best. So sometimes when I go order coffee or whatever, I don't really know how to say specific words and then I just blurt it out in English.
Okay.
So they also feel a bit uncomfortable when it comes to English.
Because they can't speak
Realize
English
that
that
as well.
fluently,
Yeah.
is it?
So they have this like defensive reaction to English. There's like
Okay,
an English phobia almost.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Then it makes sense because when I was there, probably the only thing I said was hello and thank you.
Mm.
The moment I say hello, done for, dude.
Why? Yeah? They think
They
that
just
you-
hold back.
Yeah, I feel like they hold
Yeah.
back.
It's not that I don't feel
But
like
they know that
want
you're
me
not
to be
you're not
there,
Korean, no?
for sure,
Yeah.
but they have some hope that I kind of know a bit.
Of Korean.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
okay,
I
okay.
had zero, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm usually just pointing at things.
Okay. Okay.
One,
Okay.
two, so yeah.
이거 저거.
I don't even know that. This one, that one.
Tsika, naka.
이거
In
저거.
Mandarin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It's like
tsika,
this one,
naka.
that one.
Oh, okay.
Igo?
okay.
이거 저거.
Oh, Igo,
Igo,
Choco.
This one, that one.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay.
The fact that you've been living in Malaysia for like your whole life, right? But at the same time, also you do go back from time to time every single year. Do you see like a huge difference between like how the people are there in Korea and how it is like in Malaysia as well? Like-
Very different. I
Yeah.
think the moment you land in Korea, immediately the pace is different. People walk faster. People
Yep.
talk faster. People do things faster.
Yeah.
Everything is just like at a 2-3x speed.
Yeah.
So you feel that
true.
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
never a time when you're waiting in a line.
Yeah.
Like lines don't exist in Korea. We don't wait in
Oh, for
line ever
real?
because things are just so fast and so efficient.
Right.
So I feel like pace, it almost feels like someone has taken you out of this one place and then put you in like a 3x speed video.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it feels
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I was
Okay,
power
okay.
walking throughout.
Oh, for
Yeah.
real? In Korea when you were there?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't keep up with my cousins. They're so fast.
Especially in the subways.
It's just like so
Yo,
fast.
everyone's running. Dude. I'm like, the train will stop, sir. you know, you can't chase after the train. Train is fast.
Wait,
as hell.
even at the park, people like chilling out, having like a leisure activity there. I don't know, like just slow walking, looking at like the view and stuff.
Oh, that
like
one okay
Do
lah.
they
That
not
Not okay lah,
walk
but
that
in
fast?
general, like when
Okay.
you're walking, like as a pedestrian, if you
Yeah.
experience it,
Yeah.
walking on the streets of Korea,
Yeah.
just things are just at a 2x speed. They're faster. Everything is just faster.
Dude, the trains even reach faster, dude.
Yeah.
Do they actually?
Dude,
On
I was
time?
rushing because everybody else was rushing,
Yeah.
and the train just left.
Mm.
But nobody looked disappointed. But within a minute, the next one
The next
came.
one will
I'm like, yo.
come. Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of get it. The speed of everything else is like, compared to here, dude, we like, miss a train, boss, MC. I'm not coming to work, man.
Do you feel that it's like not something that you want to be in for a longer period of time because you've lived here like your entire life? The pacing here is a lot slower. It's a bit more chilled out. People like lepak and all that
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
correct.
like obviously-
Escalators are slow in this
Yeah.
country, dude. That does not make sense.
yeah,
dude.
actually,
Can you
I walk
imagine?
faster than fucking escalators,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that doesn't make sense, dude.
Do you feel like fuck that? I don't think I kind of like that. Or or do you feel like, oh fuck, this is how like we're meant to be?
That's a good question. I feel like you have to view it from different lenses, right? If you view it from like just a citizen's
Yeah.
lens,
Mm.
right? It takes time adjusting.
Correct.
Because I've grown up here my whole life and I know what the pace is like, what the culture here is like, and then you
Yeah.
put me in a country that's hyper competitive like Korea.
Yeah.
There is that adjustment period that I will have to go through. Say if I got a job in Korea,
Yeah.
that will take me a long time to adjust and to fit in.
Right.
But then if you view it from like an economic lens, it's amazing. It's hyper competitive, hyper efficient.
True.
I think what our GDP per capita is 35,000 USD a year, right? And if you look at Malaysia's GDP, for example, it is 17,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot lower.
So it's almost double. So if you look at how much output or service that is put out per year, you can already imagine the speed at which people are working.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a long time just getting used to.
I think it's good for you because like you are at a very Korean pacing, but then you are technically located here in Malaysia, and everyone's like lepak here as well. So if you continue the pacing that you actually have based on what like Korea is like, your growth here will be like insane.
Over there's two types of crowds. The people there are like walking at 2 times speed, right?
Yeah.
But the locals there who are actually on a break or on a holiday, they walk more of our speed.
Yeah. Okay.
When I came back, it feels like everybody here's on a holiday, dude. It's fucking Monday. I'm like, you too? What? Everyone?
If I personally had a choice, if I have kids,
Right.
where I would put them through school, I think very easily I would say Malaysia. Only because it allows the kids enough room to socialize, to be a child.
True.
Don't you guys have
True.
it there in Korea? Even
It's
though
so hyper competitive.
Even on the subway, I was taking the subway from this university to this other university station, right?
Yeah.
These kids, the 6 of them just rushed in
Yeah.
to get to class. While in the train, they were just copying each other's answers, dude. I'm like, relatable. I do the same
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But they're like, okay, 2 more stations.
Yeah.
Next guy, okay, time to go. I'm like, yo, don't you guys have snack time? It's insane, dude.
Yeah.
So I kind of see it.
Like
as well.
I remember growing up, while I was in middle school, my cousin who was in primary school was already ahead of me in our math syllabus.
Right.
She was already years ahead of me. I couldn't answer the questions that she was doing in primary school. Can you imagine?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Damn.
So they're just so far ahead. They're so competitive. Even like the moment you enter primary school, and this is just elementary school, right? The moment you enter the schooling system, it's not just school. There's after school classes, there's after school curricular activities that you have to go to. There's taekwondo, there's art, there's dance,
fit as hell, man.
there's
Yeah.
so many things. Because in today's world, in Korea, just having good academics is just not enough. Are you a good speaker? Are you a good communicator? Do you have XYZ talents? Do you sing? Do you dance? Do you draw? There's so many other things that people take into account because it's so hyper competitive.
One of my uncles, he was telling me that he has a Korean colleague in the office, and he said that this Korean colleague that actually decided to work here in Malaysia, and same thing, he brought the kids over as well, because he said, yo, if the kids had to continue studying there, they will not be able to survive. They'll probably be on the streets performing or something, you know. He said compared to whatever grades they're getting here in Malaysia, it's at least able to get a way more stable job. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is like the suicide rate really high in Korea? Is it because of the fact that it's like hyper competitive? Like everybody just like want to be like, I don't know, like top 1%.
That's a very interesting phenomenon that's happening
Yeah.
in Korea, right? So if you look at what's happened since the Asian financial crisis in
Yeah.
1995, right?
Yeah.
95 or 97?
I
Ha!
think 97.
Question!
Question! Yo, I thought we are the one that give the questions.
dude, I don't even own a
1998.
Yeah,
1998.
let me fact check.
I think it's
I think it's
1998.
important that we fact
Yeah.
check. Yeah.
Christ.
Really, it's okay. We're always wrong
It
on
was
this podcast.
97.
97 or
The
1998?
Asian
Yeah.
financial crisis happened.
Okay.
So what happened was the nation went into a complete currency crisis, we had to borrow money from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that we were one of the first Asian countries to pay off the debt.
Oh, okay.
We paid it off in 2001, which means
Oh,
we
okay.
paid off the debt in 4 years.
4 years,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we recovered from that financial crisis in merely 4 years.
Right.
And then after that came the economic miracle, the 20 years of
Yeah.
economic growth that we have seen in
Yeah.
South Korea, unseen
Before,
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that comes a lot of trade-offs. Just like with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
anything, there are always going to be trade-offs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So with that immense rate of economic growth, it also meant that the country had to go into hyper-productivity, there's hyper-competitiveness,
True.
people are overworked. But
Yeah.
there's always going to be trade-offs, right?
Okay.
What we are witnessing today is nothing short of a miracle. That's why it's
Right.
called the economic miracle.
Yeah.
So if you were to ask me why are suicide rates so high, why are people so depressed,
Yeah.
right? It's because it's so hyper competitive. But that's what's gotten us here. That's why we're so.
Yeah.
I think our GDP is the top 30 in the world, considering how small
The
our
country
country is
is
on the
itself,
map,
yeah.
right? To be one of the top 30 GDPs per capita in the world,
Right.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's
So
like
you imagine the
insane.
output
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out of the
yeah.
people.
Dude, even that guy, who was that actor in Parasite? Do you see Parasite?
Yeah, this is
The actor, yes,
Yeah.
that's so unfortunate. Oh
yeah,
my
I heard he
gosh.
killed himself because of the fact like someone like told that he was involved with some scandal or he was
Yeah.
raping something,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Dude,
crazy.
he has was it an Oscar? Was it an
I don't think he got an Oscar.
dude? He
Did
got something an
No, I
Academy
remember.
Award. Dude, he got an
Yeah.
Academy
It was a
Award,
big
dude.
one.
Yeah.
It was a big one, yeah.
Even with an Academy Award, dude. Man, insane, dude.
I mean, the one thing that we Koreans really uphold and is very important to us is our image, our reputation.
Yeah.
True.
So it's not so much about money and monetary success; it's more our reputation.
Right.
So I think for him specifically, very unfortunate what happened because he's a great, phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
But it's so unfortunate that he got involved with this person
Right.
Yeah.
that completely tainted his name.
Yeah.
And that's all that he cared about was his legacy and his name. Absolute waste of talent because he was
True.
amazing, yeah.
True. Like, one example. Do you watch Running Man?
No.
Never mind. Do you
Of
watch
course.
Spartan guy is Jungkook, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's a Korean movie.
It's a show, like
it's
a game
show.
show.
Yes,
Korean
it's a
show.
game show.
Okay.
So they have this guy who's super jacked.
Yeah.
Okay, he's like the buffest out of all the other members, right? There's this other YouTuber that actually debunks if this person is natural or he's on steroids or whatever. So he said that this Jungkook guy
Yeah.
is on roids,
Okay.
and he panicked, dude.
Wait, Jungkook panicked.
Yeah, on
Cause-
his YouTube, he went balls out, dude. He went like he did all the testings, and he
Yeah.
even documented the whole thing.
Oh, it's because the reputation that you want to uphold.
Just to prove to people that he's not on
He's
roids,
not
he's
on
full
roids.
effort.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on
Right.
roids,
Okay.
but
Okay. I mean, he doesn't look like he's on roids as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Have when the fans start turning on you, so
Okay, so coming back to my question, right? Looking at the growth of the economy in Korea itself was very, very fucking fast. But that also, there was some repercussion to that as well, where people are the S word.
okay.
It's actually one of the most, would you say one of the depressed country in the world because of the fact that like one is obviously they can't do as they wish, hence they have to work more than think about what they want to do. Would you say that? It's very similar to China as well. Would you not say, where people are more of a worker?
I almost lost him with the question.
Than feeling like they want to. Oh, I want to pursue dance. Or I want to pursue this, but they
Oh,
can't because they
right.
have to look into the economy's growth, which is manufacturing at that point of time. But Korea, I would say it was similar as well. Would you say that, or would you not say that? Or are you laughing at my question?
Dude, I forgot your question, dude.
I forgot
Oh my
your
God, damn.
question. What is the question?
Okay. So my question is right. My question.
Dude, assume I'm stupid.
Dude, this fucking camera, dude.
Oh, okay.
I had to I fucking like lost my train of thought. I thought
What is the
I had
question?
something amazing just now,
It's
in
gone.
my head.
It's gone.
But unfortunately it's gone.
I think you have to
Okay.
filter through that question for me.
Okay, so there's a lot of there's a lot of social pressure
Yes.
to make sure that the economy of Korea actually blossoms compared to like an individual wanting to pursue something that they love doing, like dancing or singing or whatever they want to do, right? And hence that's why there's a lot of like depression, there's a lot of S word happening as well, right? If you bring that context back to Malaysia, growing up here in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think Malaysia could actually do a bit more differently?
But that's a whole different question.
But hear me out.
Okay.
What do you think Malaysia could do a bit differently
Uh-huh.
to achieve what Korea has actually achieved, but at the same time also not getting us depressed or
Dude,
the
our
S word?
politicians also don't know how to answer this question. Okay, how to get great success
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
the depression?
Yeah, we live in a culture where everything is chill.
Yeah.
You know, like jom lepak kat, tarik sekejap. Esok je lah buat and all that stuff, right? But how do we bring that excellence to Malaysia? But at the same time also like not get us fucking depressed?
Okay, so I think that's a
Dude, can we post that out?
that's a long question.
You've asked this question 3 times.
In 3 different
All
ways,
3 times.
with 3 different meanings.
All 3 times. I also don't understand.
It's okay. So, but now everybody understands, right?
Okay, yeah.
Everyone understands, right?
No, get it.
Okay, so let's dial it down to the lack of self-expression. Let's start there,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So, like you said, on a macroeconomic level, most people feel the pressure to do their part in society to
Okay.
grow the economy in as a whole. Okay,
Right.
but that also comes with the lack of self-expression, which is why one of the biggest pandemic that we are going through right now in Korea is, of course, the high rates of alcoholism, high rates of depression, high rates of the S word,
Yeah.
but also the lowest rate ever seen in history of birth rates. Right?
Really?
Yes.
I thought it's Japan. Is it not Japan only?
Same thing.
No, in the
Korea as
history
well?
of South Korea, this
Okay.
is probably the
Okay.
lowest birth rate we've ever had.
Oh wow. Okay.
In the history of South Korea. And it's because I think with all of that duty to contribute to the macroeconomic level comes with the lack of the ability to have self-expression, have connection, pursuing your passions. If you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and these are needs, okay? As a human being, you have levels of needs.
Yeah.
So what's the bottom one? It's the physiological needs, your food, your water, safety. And then the safety is the next level. And then there's the human connection, and then love, belongingness, and then at the top is your self-actualization.
Yeah.
So if you are not fulfilling this pyramid as a human being, right? These are your innate desires. These are your
Yeah.
desires and needs.
Yeah,
If these
yeah,
are not
fuck you
met,
up. Yeah.
right? Then naturally the outcome is that you can fall into depression lah, naturally.
Yeah.
So I feel like with the societal pressures of having to do your duty to contribute to the economy comes with the lack of the ability to fulfill your needs. So I think that's the trade-off that's been happening.
Okay.
But another side of the coin is that right now, another problem that we are going through in South Korea is the lack of innovation, the lack of entrepreneurial innovation. That's
Okay.
the word. That most people are so used to going into a company, doing that for 20
Doing what's
years,
being said
and then you're out of the system.
Yeah.
What we need right now more than ever is entrepreneurs. We need innovators. We need the new Samsung. When's the last time the new Samsung came out?
Right.
So we need more entrepreneurs that are creative, that are that thinks outside the box to drive innovation forward.
Yeah.
So that's another side of the trade-off that we are facing right now.
Okay.
So wait, my question's not being answered.
Yes, which brings us to the second part of the question.
Yeah. How do you bring that?
Correct. How do we experience that level of economic growth,
Yeah.
but not have those trade-offs?
Okay.
I can't say this is my personal, I'm not an economist, so I can't say,
Yeah.
but I love studying economics. So if you look at, there are countries in the world that have experienced that level of economic growth without all these set problems, right? If you look at Norway, for example, Norway has one of the highest GDP per capita in the world, but they're also the most happy. If you look at the two indicators, right, it's the GDP per capita, and then you have HDI, the Human Developmental Index. They also take into account how many years of education you go through, what are the healthcare that people have access to, and then there's also the birth rates and also longevity rates. So if you look at those things, Norway has kind of hit both.
Yeah.
They have high GDP, but they also have high HDI rates.
Right.
So I'm sure there are ways where you can achieve both.
Yeah.
But I think if you take South Korea as example, it is very unique. It's a very unique case because of how fast it happened. So that's the differentiator.
That's a trade-off.
That's the trade-off.
for
It's that it
yeah,
happened in such a quick period of time. It happened so fast that the rate of growth was too quick.
Yeah.
So that came with trade-offs. If you look at countries like Norway, they've
It
had
took some time. It was a gradual
correct.
process. is it?
Yes, correct. So I think the key here, in my opinion, is the rate of growth.
Like what my mom always says.
What do you
Slow
want?
and steady wins the race.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
slow
man.
and steady.
Okay, I wanted to ask this because I see this everywhere while I was there, right? I thought these people, most of these people were out, just came out of an accident, but they probably
what do you
just
mean?
did a whole lot of.
What do you mean?
Did,
P.S.
yeah.
Yeah.
PS. Photoshop.
Plastic surgery.
Yeah. She caught me off
PS.
guard. Also, PS 1 or 2. Also,
Adobe
okay.
Photoshop.
Even for me, after a surgery, I'll be like probably hospitalized for a few days. They look like they just came out of the clinic, fresh out of the surgery, and they're just walking along the streets getting like street food. Is it really a norm for everyone to get, almost everybody to just kind of get
Plastic surgery.
work done? Because
Yeah.
I can't really tell anymore. I mean, certain people I can kind of tell, like, hey, you probably got something done. But other than that, I'm like, I don't know anymore.
And also why? Out of all the countries, right? But what did Korea became the country that like everyone in the country itself have to go through plastic surgery?
That's a very, very good question.
So deep, you know.
No,
On this-
I was just, yeah.
Surface level. It's such a surface level question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Correct.
So Yuri is this is not how her real look is.
What do you mean? I've got nothing done on my face. I wish I could.
She used to be
Okay.
Indian also before this.
I used to
Skin
be
colour.
brown.
She did, she did the Michael Jackson combo. Yeah, man.
So to answer your first question
Yeah.
is it normal that people go out and about after getting plastic surgery?
Yeah,
It is very normal. And if you really think about the reasons why people would not step out is because of the social stigma around getting plastic surgery done.
Okay.
Because really it doesn't really hurt. Doesn't really hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Why? You would know. You see?
No,
No, but hold on.
She's
PS been
operated-
done, bro.
She's
No.
operated on people.
No.
What do you mean?
I
She's the
actually
one operating people.
I actually have
Mike, pain or not? He said, no.
I
okay.
actually have gotten nothing done.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
generally these
okay.
micro surgeries, they don't really hurt.
Right.
They're just like slight like
Tweaking.
just tweaking of the skin
Oh,
or
okay.
tugging on the skin,
Yeah.
right? So they don't really hurt. The stigma is really around telling others that you got it done. But in Korea, because it's so normal, there is no stigma.
Right.
So people
Yeah.
don't mind just going out and about.
Like for example, like mothers will give like their 16-year-old like as a birthday gift to go through surgery.
That was such a thing that went around. People
Really?
kept saying like, "Oh, 16
Yeah.
years old birthday
What-
present."
Yeah.
To 16 you get like a plastic surgery.
It's
Like you
true,
get your
but
face
it's
being done.
also completely blown out of proportion.
Yeah. I mean, probably one mother did that.
Yeah.
No,
And then they
I
put
think
it
it's
in
a
a
lot of
brown-
mothers do that, right?
I mean, it was a thing. It was a thing because you want to make sure that when you get anything done to your face with any surgery,
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
make sure that you're of the right age.
Age. Yeah,
You're
for
an adult.
sure.
You're old enough to
Yeah.
get it, lah. But that whole thing about like 16-year-old birthday present, it's completely blown out of proportion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I saw this
Okay.
chick. She probably just got her nose done.
Yeah. How she look like?
Her nostrils were 2 straight lines at that point. I'm like, are you breathing through your ears, ma'am? Fucking insane, dude. It's just 2 lines.
Because it's so high.
Probably she narrowed it down. She probably never will
Yeah.
get a flu ever in her life anymore. So she beat one disease.
But what happened to Koreans to make them like really like have plastic surgery done onto their face?
That brings us to the second part of the question. Why is it so prevalent? Right?
Yeah.
Plastic surgery. I think it always goes back to societal pressures. So, you know, like we previously discussed, right? Academic excellence is the basis. And then you need the XYZ on top.
yeah.
So, of course,
yeah.
it helps if you look good. Like, I think
Yeah.
Korea is one of the only countries in the world where you have to put your photograph on your resume.
In Malaysia, we have to do that also,
No,
right?
No,
we do, but
we
we
are not
don't have
required.
to.
Is it?
We're not
Yeah.
required
I do
to.
it. Is that why I start tough to get
Oh,
job
dear.
at the point of time? That's why I was
Oh, dear.
26 and jobless at the point of time.
Why?
Remove the
Why nobody
photo.
want to-
Ricky.
Yeah.
Just get rid
You know,
of
my
the
name
photo.
also doesn't help. Also, Shiranji.
I'll put Ricky. Don't put Shiranji. No, but it's
Yeah,
it's
makes sense.
really, it goes back to societal pressures, the hyper competitiveness of the
Right.
country. You'd be surprised. The guy that's flipping meat at your barbecue restaurant, he's
Yeah.
probably smarter than like myself. He probably went to college, got a degree, did everything right. But on top of that, you need so many things. You need so many other criterias.
Yeah,
And
which
one
he
of
doesn't
the
have.
one of the lowest hanging fruits of differentiating yourself is at least you look good.
Dude, if I've not seen one, I'm so sorry. I've
What's
not
that?
seen one bald Korean, dude.
Oh, for real?
They got really fantastic hairline.
Dude.
Holy
They have
fuck, dude.
amazing hair.
No, it's
Dude,
because this
Their,
because
their hairline starts.
because it's it's like
Here.
planted. It's like
yeah,
it's
I mean,
implants.
yeah, it's of course it's
They have
implants
amazing
lah,
hair.
but even the
Oh my
Uber,
God,
Uber
nigga.
drivers, dude,
You don't like my head?
dude, fantastic head, dude.
Can I just say that the new breed of Korean kids, right,
Mm.
that's coming out today, they're
Yeah.
of like a completely different genetic makeup.
Really?
Yes,
Why, ah?
I see them. They have so if you look at slightly older pictures of Korean people, we used
Yeah.
to be really short.
Yeah.
We used to be
Mm.
like we used to have longer torsos because we eat a lot of fiber. We eat a lot of vegetable. We didn't have access to a lot of meat. So if you look at the Korean cuisine, even it stems from a lot of scarcity. We have a
Yeah.
lot of vegetables, fermented stuff.
Yeah.
We have a lot of soups
Mm.
because we had to fill our bellies. There wasn't
Right.
enough nutrition at the time. So if you look at the Korean cuisine, it really stems from scarcity. If you look at kids today,
But they're a lot taller.
they are so tall. Like every kid is like they go up to 180 cm.
Dude, I should have been on the show. 'Cause are you taller than a sixth grader? Dude, when I was there, holy fuck, dude, these kids are huge, dude.
Oh, for real?
They're
Dude, they
so
could have bullied me
tall.
for money, dude. I'm like, yo, relax, man.
Not just that, but because
insane.
they're fed really well, right?
Right.
They're so well nourished today. If you look at
Yeah.
food science in Korea, it is crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Nutrition
yeah,
in Korea, it is on a different level.
Yeah.
Hence why they have great skin, they have great hair.
Right.
The water that they drink
Yeah.
is of higher quality. It's cleaner.
Yeah.
So that all contributes to this breed and generation of
Yeah.
kids that look like completely different
Yeah.
races.
Looking at all of this, right? Why wouldn't you want to go back to Korea and live there and like
That's
work
a
there?
very good question.
Yeah, because like it seems as though like it's a perfect place to
Mm.
be in and like to actually grow. Why wouldn't you want to go back to Korea instead of like being here in Malaysia?
That's a very good question.
I come up with good questions.
But the
Except for the before
misleading
one.
part about that question, the misleading part about the question is that I never said I never want to go back.
Okay.
Ah,
So-
No,
put
so-
words in the mouth.
No, I'm not. but-
Put
but-
what in my mouth?
Put what? No, it's because factually speaking,
Okay.
physically you are currently here in Malaysia. You are not in Korea,
Okay.
right? That's why, hence, I'm asking this question.
Okay.
Why aren't you in Korea?
I think it depends on like the phases of my life, right?
Right.
There are many benefits to living here, and there are also many benefits of living in Korea.
Yeah.
If you look at Korea, for example, the Medicare is your access to Medicare is phenomenal. Because of course taxpayers money lah. People pay a lot of taxes.
Yeah. Taxes are a lot higher there.
Very
no?
high. So income tax is high, corporate tax is through the roof. You
Yeah.
try to run a business in Korea, it's very tough because your corporate tax is like upwards of 40%.
Okay.
My brother pays about a third, if not 40%, in income tax.
What?
Yes, extremely high. But that also means
Come here, come Malaysia,
The-
come Malaysia.
That helps with the Korean economy, lah, I suppose.
not
like,
so
in
much the
growth.
economy. It helps with a lot of other things like Medicare, infrastructure,
Dude, the
Yeah.
infrastructure is so good, dude.
Okay.
pensions for the aging population.
Makes sense.
Which is another problem that we're having because we have such an aging population that the small amount of young people that are working in the workforce are contributing
to their
so much
retirement
tax
shit,
money
dude.
to, you know.
Right.
But that's another story.
I'm sure they fucking hate it, no?
That's another story.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but again, there are a lot of benefits to aging in Korea because you get all this access
These
to
benefits.
benefits.
True.
It depends on which phase of my life I'm in.
That you're in,
If I wanna
that
have-
fits best to
Correct.
being there or not.
Yeah. If I want to have kids, I would rather give birth in Korea. If I want to raise them, I rather raise them here.
Right.
But then if they want to get into specific fields like the medical field or the legal field, or maybe they want to get into aviation, maybe it's not even Korea or Malaysia, maybe it's the US.
Yeah.
So I think it really depends on which phase and
Yeah,
what
true.
needs you need in that point in time.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true. Answer your question, bro.
I don't know. It's very vague, very political. His answer.
It was as specific as it could be.
Should we go rapid fire?
Yeah. Okay, so right now,
Yeah.
Yes.
we have a new segment.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
which we have.
Is it like the hot ones? If I don't
Yeah.
answer, I have to take like a bite of habanero chili or
But at this
something.
point of time, you're gonna take a sip of coffee only. Unless it's alcohol.
No, I'm the only Korean that
Can't
don't
drink alcohol?
Yes.
It's kind of insane. Everyone like drinks alcohol except for one Korean here.
Yes, the one Korean that grew
That
up in
doesn't
Malaysia.
actually like drink alcohol. Okay, so right now we are gonna actually have a rapid fire
Questions.
question, and you have to answer these questions within 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute is a long time.
Is it a long time?
That's what I said.
1 minute is hella long.
Okay,
I'll try to
15
listen.
seconds.
No, each question you need to answer within 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
My
the first thing
fingers.
that comes to my mind lah.
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, you cannot think too much about this, okay?
I'll try not to think.
She has 5 seconds. So
Okay,
got
are you
time.
ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Ready?
Okay, okay. Wait a finger.
Let's go.
First question is, what's the capital of Korea?
Seoul.
Damn, I was gonna answer that for her.
What's the capital of India?
Delhi.
New Delhi.
What are you answering?
Wait, sorry. Because Indian, cause I got Indian blood.
I thought it was
So I
you.
answer lah.
Okay.
Why she on that?
Okay, next question. K-pop is underrated or overrated?
Very well marketed.
Okay,
That's
that's
not
that.
the answer. Okay,
Good answer.
are Koreans xenophobic?
Ooh, that's a very sweeping question. Yes and no.
That's not a good answer.
I mean, she can explain
That-
it.
fuck. Live in Malaysia or would you live in Korea?
Both.
Okay.
That's bad. Dude, that's a bad fucking...
Both.
Dude.
Yo, you should restart the whole
Okay,
round
okay,
and it's
okay.
this or that.
Okay, first of all, there's only one answer to everything, okay? There can't be two answers. Okay?
No, but these are very sweeping questions. Very sweeping.
A sweep or not sweep, you give me one answer.
Not sweep the rest of tomorrow, right?
Yeah. That's it.
Would I rather live in Malaysia or Korea? It's
You-
both.
No, you have to pick one.
I said just now, depending on different phases of
You
my
cannot.
life.
Like, I know, but obviously we are not. Are you 50 years old right
No.
now? You're not, right? So what phase are you in right now? Like,
I'm in my 20s.
Okay. After the rapid fire,
Yes.
you have a chance to kind of like
Okay,
talk about it.
Blah, 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 blah.
But
Yeah.
you have to give only one answer.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? Live in
That's fair,
Korea
that's fair,
or
that's fair.
Malaysia, it is?
It is Malaysia.
Okay.
You got 1 point, right?
Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna ask back again. K-pop is underrated or overrated?
Underrated.
Okay, oh, wow. Are Koreans xenophobic?
Used to be, not anymore.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's no.
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 Okay. Wow. Back to differ. Okay, so next is do Koreans men have smaller dicks?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know because I've never been with a Korean guy.
Porn?
Look it out.
I actually don't know.
No?
Dude, let's look it up, dude.
But that's what I heard. It's smaller. I'm not so sure.
Let's look it up.
Okay, later on. Okay, next question. Top 3 things that you can't live without.
Yeah.
Top 3 things?
Top
Yeah.
3
Like
things.
people or things?
Things. I just said
Things?
things. Yeah.
things.
Coffee.
Okay.
I cannot live without coffee.
Okay.
My phone.
Okay.
Okay.
My entire life depends on my phone.
Okay.
My yoga mat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I think it just feel like one of the top 3 important things
Yeah.
that you want. If you could start over, right?
Mm.
Would you want to be a K-pop artist or would you want to be in business?
That's a very good question. If I had the choice,
Yeah. Wow, it's not
I
rapid
would
fire
get-
anymore, is it?
if I had the choice, I would
Okay.
get into the K-pop industry
Okay.
and then start a business with my name.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
with the fame and
okay.
with all that
Right.
attention
You'll
that
be
I'm getting.
on the Koei posters everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So next question: have you done plastic surgery before?
No.
Or fillers?
No. Oh, fillers, yes. I've
Okay.
gotten my lips done once before.
Okay.
So it was it's one of those that dissipate over time.
Does it hurt?
It was really painful.
Oh, okay.
So they inject a Botox into your lips.
All right.
I think they're fillers. Sorry, fillers are
Okay.
different from Botox. Fillers, and then it made my lips really plump and nice. But then
Right.
it
It goes
dissipated
away
in like
after
2
some
months.
time, right?
Yeah.
Are fillers fats?
No, they're like these solutions that your body over time metabolizes.
Oh, okay. So you had to
Okay.
keep topping up, I guess.
You have to
if
keep
you
injecting. Yeah,
Mm.
they're very not permanent. Sorry, temporary.
temporary,
Okay.
right?
So knowing that what you've done here in Malaysia as an entrepreneur, right? If you would want to start over in any country in the world, what country would that be?
I have two answers.
Okay.
Okay.
Either India
Okay.
Okay.
or the US.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Next question. Would you start an OnlyFans for 5 million ringgit?
5 million ringgit. Absolutely
stuff.
not. Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Oh yeah, but to be fair, I don't think is there even a crowd in Korea or a community in Korea that does?
OnlyFans?
Actually, I'm not sure.
I think
but
in
I'm
Korea
pretty
and
sure
Japan they actually have their own OnlyFans page.
they would have their
Oh,
own
their own-
platforms,
yeah.
no?
Their own platform.
platform.
Yeah, their own platform. Like
Sorry,
in Japan they have this page called JAV. JAV.
Jav.
Okay, so it doesn't feel too rapid fire like life.
Yeah.
It feels like a questionnaire.
Yeah, it's a questionnaire.
But I think for a TikTok video we can cut it short.
Cut.
For sure.
Cut. Okay, first of all, thank you so much for being part of the podcast.
My
Taking
pleasure.
it out of your
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
from your. I'm sure you have a very very hectic day.
Yes, I've got a very hectic and tight
Yeah,
schedule.
Yeah, like
I'm joking.
even
It's
before
a
this also,
Sunday.
she was in a meeting.
Yeah.
It's a very important meeting before
Yeah,
she came
man.
to the podcast.
Firing people all the time.
No, the firing happens on Fridays.
Oh,
Oh,
damn,
yeah.
man.
What happens on Sunday then?
Sundays, new recruits
New
come
recruits
through on
lah.
Oh,
Sundays.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's busy.
fantastic news.
Shit, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
amazing news.
But thank you so
yeah,
much. Yeah.
first of all, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
part
guys.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for
e-
having
e-
me as your guest numero uno.
Even though we may feel that it's not that perfect, but it is imperfect in its own way.
It's a beautiful mess.
Yeah, it is a beautiful mess. I feel there were a lot of things that I think we can learn, especially for the both of us.
Yes.
But at the same time as well, I think it was great that it was not that perfect.
It was very casual.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
very
like a
casual.
conversation.
I like it
Yeah.
raw.
I hope you feel a little bit. Is it raw?
Yeah, I like it raw.
Okay. All right. All right.
You never have to worry about the Malaysian population.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I hope you're comfortable and
Oh yeah.
you weren't a bit too put
Okay,
off by
yeah,
our
yeah,
questions.
Yeah, I was
No.
gonna
Whatever.
ask, like, what do you feel about the podcast?
Oh, God.
What I feel about it?
Yeah. It's
Nothing.
Getting an improv.
It's a podcast, lah.
Don't feel anything.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What was
It's
I supposed to
definitely.
feel?
Wait, is this your first podcast?
Yes.
Oh, it's your first podcast.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay. Because I thought you've been in other podcasts before.
No.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not made any other appearances.
Yeah.
No.
Would you want to make any other appearance in any other podcast?
I mean, of course, why not?
Okay.
Why would I
Why
say
not?
no?
Do you have your own podcast?
No, but I think one day I would love to have my own podcast.
Alright.
Because
Okay,
I think it's
okay.
so important to learn and hear stories and expose yourself to other people's
Other people,
experiences.
understand.
So I would love to be a host of a show.
Right.
Yeah. Why not? That
Yeah.
could kind of segue into a different career path.
Yeah, for
maybe.
sure, man.
Yeah.
We wish you
Merry Christmas.
a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Wish
Happy
you all the
Chinese
luck,
New Year.
Yuri. Man, we know you got
Okay,
this.
so to make it a bit more different, to actually end the episode as well, could you conclude this episode?
Of course, I
Instead
would
of
love
us-
to.
Instead of us concluding the
Alright.
episode.
Yeah, what a fucking plot twist, yeah.
Alright.
You got me shook.
So, ladies and gentlemen, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, that brings us to the end of the A and R and Y show.
Oh, and why?
Why show?
Wait, how do you guys do it?
This is A.
And
I don't know why this is N.
A N.
R.
How is this R?
Dude, how is this N?
we
A N
Don't listen to
R
us, dude.
and Y
Show.
Show. Yeah, man.
Hey,
It's just this, dude. Thank you guys so much.
With
for
that being
tuning in.
said, we would like to actually thank everybody who have tuned in this long, and we would like to actually thank Yuri.
Put your hands together, everybody, for
Put
Yuri.
your hands
huh?
together, everybody,
Thank you.
for being part of this episode as well, and being our first guest. I think we will cherish this moment more than having any other guest in this
Correct.
episode, because you were the first one to be here.
So this will be the repertoire for the ending for every other guest lah, moving forward.
I know. I don't know.
All in all, I think it was a good episode. I think
Yes,
it was
yeah.
a good conversation that we actually had,
Yeah.
even though it was a lot that we actually talked about was revolved around Korean people.
Yeah.
we didn't talk a lot
the
about
comparison of cultures between
cultures between two
Korea
different things.
and Malaysia,
Okay, if you guys like Yuri Ha to be in our other episodes as well later on in the future,
Yeah.
do let us know in the comment
Let us know
section
in the
down
comment
below. Let us know what you guys think about this episode. Let us know if you guys want us to ask different types of questions for our other guests as well.
very fast
Anything else that is a bit more in depth that you guys want us to touch upon, do let us know. We'd actually love those feedback as well.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
but not only feedback lah.
yeah, and then?
We also like likes and subscriptions. We like
As
that
of-
one more.
Yeah, as of right now, like last time I checked, we are at 154.
Wow.
We are
Celebrities.
154 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Around 2,380 subscribers on TikTok itself as well.
Are we celebrities?
We are slowly
Damn.
getting there as well.
Right.
So with this episode, can we get to 180 subscribers on
Ooh.
I think
YouTube?
we can.
I hope so.
I think we can.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can.
we can. By having a Korean, I think we are pulling some Korean crowd. No,
I don't think so.
we are
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of my friends are Malaysians.
Her family members, maybe.
Yeah, maybe cousins.
Ah.
Parents all born here and
I
raised
get
here.
my 30 cousins to subscribe.
Yeah.
With that being said, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Until the next episode where we have a brand new guest. And before we end this episode as well, we will be asking Yuri Ha to give us a question for our next guest.
No. We have a song.
Oh, we're not?
No.
Oh, we're not copying that?
No.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we didn't rehearse this.
What is this? Okay.
With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Whoever that is not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and continue watching us. Continue helping us out to grow this channel. Anything final words?
You talk so fast.
Okay.
You took the words out of my lungs. Not even my mouth.
Okay, Yuriha, would you
yeah.
have anything else you would like to say before we end this episode?
Of course. Please like, comment, and
Yeah,
subscribe.
man. That's
These
all.
guys are so consistent. They put in so much effort week after
thank
week
you
after
so
week.
much.
Your subscription means the world to them. So
Exactly.
please like,
Yeah.
comment, and subscribe.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. With that said, we'd like to sign us off with our little hand
Okay,
gang
Yuriha,
sign.
you have to do it as well
Okay,
together.
okay.
All right.
how
Are
do
you
do
ready?
this?
Okay. This is the A. Oh.
A and R.
Oh, A and R and Y show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's nice. Right. We'll be adding every guest's initials into our show. All right, guys. With that said, this is the A and R and Y show. Ciao, guys.
Ciao, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great week ahead as well.
Ciao, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Thank you so
At
much.
the same time. Alright, ciao,
Ciao, guys.
guys.